All right, we are live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Studio Pray 2020 live stream. The first one of 2020, at least. It's January 31st. We squeaked right in there. Yep, right on the deadline because that's how we roll. With our pants
Well,
on fire, screaming for the exit. And look, I found
welcome,
Cat.
welcome to 2020. And speaking of which, that's also how we're going to publish Farthest Star.
By the seat of our pants, like the wannabe morphic colonists that we are. And I know I just completely darkened myself out because I'm using a monitor as a lighting box because I'm ghetto, baby. Uh, but I've got to send out those links somehow, and I just realized, Kat, that I cannot send the link. That I cannot send the link to the Patreon chat while I've got Discord up. So if you could do that for me.
Yes, I can. Drop the link for me somewhere. I don't have the page open.
It's in our Telegram chat.
Cool.
Just let them
Da-da-da.
know. Oh my goodness, Mixie Woo is here. Hi, Mixie.
Hi,
Longtime
Mixie.
fan and supporter. Absolutely awesome soul. From jolly old England. Well, more the United Kingdom. But anyway, it all kind of blends in there. Of course, if you're Scottish, Irish, or British, you're going to take some real exception to that. We also have Nega Mewtwo.
Hi.
Sitting there, and don't worry about it, Nega Mewtwo. It will come when it comes. Finley, it's great to see you. Yeah, it's been a busy week for me too, and so my reminders in the Patreon chat and stuff may have been a little bit lacking. Um, right now,
Yeah, very seat of our pants. This time, I just got out of physical therapy like 20 minutes ago. So
yep. Yep, things are going well. Right now, in a span of, on the scale from Zen Master to 4 alarm fire, we are Australia in terms of how crazy things are. Um, just to kind of put that out there, everything is hectic. Everything has gone crazy. I'm finally going to go viral now from hate mail for all of that. They're going to scorch me like a koala in a eucalyptus tree. My
oh,
God,
that one was dark.
yeah, that one was bad. Just double down. You have to laugh at tragedy. You just have to. I mean, too
I
soon.
mean, you don't have to. You don't have to, but we do anyway.
Well, Robert Heinlein said that we laugh because when it hurts and there's nothing else we can do about it to make the pain stop. And let me tell
It's a good quote.
for all of those people suffering in Australia for the environmental devastation, I'm just absolutely heartbroken and aghast. And so, transitioning, getting really serious all of a sudden off of my lame ass joke, but seriously, there's no words. I remember hearing a
Yeah.
statistic back in December that if you transposed the Australian fires to a European country, it would literally engulf one end of the United Kingdom to the other. And that
Wow.
was in December. It's still going.
It's gotten worse since then.
Yes.
Um, yeah, we've got folks in Australia that I'm constantly checking on, making sure that everybody's okay.
hmm Yeah, it's I've got a partner that lives in Australia, and And she's telling me, it's like, oh no, love, we don't have fires where we are. I'm like, oh really? What do you have? And she's like, we're flooding. I'm like, is it just the apocalypse in Australia? And she's like, yeah, but we're used to it. That was her exact words. We are used to it being the apocalypse. It's like, rivers and seas boiling, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria, Tuesday. It's just okay. I guess it's just one of those things that happens. But
Well, when you live in a country where your baseline is that everything in the entire country wants to kill you.
I guess you have a point. And now the country actually wants to kill you. I mean, just to quote the REM song, even Lenny Bruce is like, I ain't touching that shit. I mean, just no. But hashtag demonetized. There we go.
Oh.
It's gotta happen every stream, or I'm just not happy. And if I'm not happy, I mean, why are we even here, right?
Yeah.
But before we go any further, I want to go ahead and get the serious stuff out of the way. You guys still should be able to see me. Studio Prey stands with Hong Kong. Their struggle for freedom is ongoing. Now it's a struggle for freedom and a struggle against the coronavirus, which has been found there. It's only making things harder. It's making it harder for them to organize and get the word out. So it is more important than ever that we remember their struggle, that we remember what they are going through, and that we do not let our vigilance drop. Freedom forever, communism never. Stand with HK.org. We'll continue to bring you brief news updates, and we will continue to scream from the rooftops that we condemn the Chinese government for their tyrannies, not just against the people of Hong Kong, but the people of Tibet, the Uyghur Muslims, the over 1 million that are currently being held in concentration camps. We are still watching. We have not forgotten. We will not stop using this platform and whatever modicum of fame, if you want to call it that we have, to continue to raise awareness, because we will not forget them.
Before that, if anybody watches these and was not expecting them to have the political stance that we do or the dark humor that we do, they haven't read the books, so they weren't a fan anyway.
Oh, we've got Allie in. Allie is a fan, and she was one of our top contributors on Whispers Beyond the Veil, so her name is at the front of the book. We also have Damon Herrera, our other top contributor and Patreon sponsor, as well as Finley. It's really great to see you guys here. It's great to have you guys involved and back with us again. I'm so excited. Also, they can tell you, because they've been involved with our latest treat for our patrons only, and that's Readings with Rebecca. Every week on Saturdays at noon, I am currently reading about 4 to 6 chapters of Dawnbreak. I'm talking about the world, I'm talking about the lore, all of that, and you can get in on that. You can get in on the streams that have already been recorded. All it's going to cost you is $2 a month. Better not do this. We got too many people from the international. $2 a month. And you can join us in our weekly streams. You can talk to me much like you're talking to me now. Such as it is, they're chatting, I'm speaking endlessly. It's just what I do. I ramble.
Good for an author.
Yes, indeed. I am an author and therefore long-winded and should not be trusted. An exaggerated paraphrase of something Mark Twain supposedly said but never did, but nevertheless would take credit for. Because that was Mark Twain, right? But be well, Mixie. Thank you for stopping by.
Good night.
And so, yeah, Readings with Rebecca is a thing every Saturday, like clockwork at noon, because I don't know, because I like punishing myself. I don't know. I mean, it's like, um, no, I love it. I honestly do. It's been such a fun experience to actually get with the people that have meant so much to our survival and our support and are such a huge encouragement, and actually get to share this special experience with them. You know, I mean, Dawnbreak means so much to me as a story, and so to be able to share that with our staunchest supporters, it's just the
Yeah,
greatest thing in the world.
our fans are the people that are keeping us afloat and made the book happen. So
Yep, yep, absolutely. And so, speaking of books, and you couldn't get past it. You just didn't work for you, Nega, or what do you mean? Was there an issue with the reading, or huh? I'm curious. But but anyway, we're getting some feedback today.
feedback is good.
Feedback is awesome. I mean, like, as long as it doesn't say you suck and deserve to be destroyed, I'm generally happy with it. I mean that's just the way that it goes sometimes. But
I mean, if they say that and give us a useful reason why, and a 5-star review, I'm happy with that too.
oh yeah, yeah. Tell me I suck, but hit that 5 stars on Amazon. Share the
Yeah.
suck with your friends. Encourage them to witness the
Oh
train
yeah.
wreck for themselves.
Yeah. We only read the 5-star review once, so if you want to bitch at us, you got to leave us 5-star review.
Yeah. It just yeah, he just lost interest, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I too have the attention span of squirrel. And so, I get it. That happens to me sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. I've read lots of really excellent books halfway through,
Yeah, yes.
and I couldn't tell you why I stopped reading them, but there's lots of things that I just got distracted and never finished.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, the great thing about a novel is that unlike a country song, it's not going to leave you and take your dog. It will be there waiting for you should you ever want to take it up again. Also, we have other novels out now. My Nightmare
Mhm.
Gods universe, we now have 2 releases out there. Ghosts of the Nightmare Gods is available, as well as Whispers Beyond the Veil, with a
Mhm.
character based off of our lovely and talented co host, Cat the Dragon.
Uh,
Here is one of the proofs for the paperback of Ghosts of the Nightmare Gods, currently available on Amazon for the low cost of $9.99. But wait, there's more! We now also have Whispers Beyond the Veil for the same $9.99. If you act in the next 10 minutes, you'll get both books for $20. Isn't that amazing? Ah, but enough of my.
I think Amazon knows that you're talking about them because I just got a pop up on my computer that said they shipped a package to me.
So, I'm on to you, Amazon. I want my stuff.
They're listening.
Let me tell you, I've done so much business with them lately. I'm surprised they aren't getting me confused with a shareholder. It's just because, as you know, because it's not like I haven't said this every single chance, beating that dead horse until it is spam. Uh, I am hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, March 20th, 2020.
Yep.
It is a 2,680-mile hiking journey that will take me from the U.S. Mexican border at Campo, California, just north of the infamous wall, all the way to Canada. Manning Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be going over deserts, plains, mountains, valleys. A few,
Pretty much everything you can find in this country.
yeah, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Uh, Journey of a lifetime, except I hope it to only be my first through hike. My plans are to hike the PCT this year, the Appalachian Trail in 2022, and then do the Continental Divide Trail in 2024, but time will tell. First, I have to survive the Pacific Crest Trail. And I've had a lot of support. I've had some amazing support. Some of our patrons have actually contributed to my camping fund.
That's
One
cool.
of our Alarians actually sent me money and told me to buy a sleeping quilt with it, and I did.
Nice.
So a big shout out to Shimon, uh, if if he's watching. Uh,
Well, after the PCT, if you get out here next spring, we can do a little section of the AT, and I'll give you an introduction to it.
Sounds awesome. I was also talking to my buddy in Australia today, my partner, and she wants me to come to potentially Australia next year. And I was looking, and I might be able to do a through hike in the land down under.
Oh, that would be cool.
And that would be cool.
That would be so neat.
There's some really awesome trails down there. That's still pretty preliminary, but you never know what's going to happen. I
Yeah,
did file for my
that would be
passport
cool.
today.
I did 6 or 8 miles of the AT last summer,
Solid, solid.
and found this beautiful cliff that I almost fell asleep on. We sat there and had lunch with this view for miles at the Blue Ridge Mountains. And then I took a little nap, on the edge of a cliff because that's how I live my life.
Oh my goodness. And speak of the devil, and she appears, my Australian partner just showed up, the lovely and eponymous Catherine Oak.
Hi, Kathy.
It's nice to see you, Kathy. It's great to have you here. And
That's true love. Yes, it is.
yeah, it is. Let me tell you, Kathy's on juice like I'm on tofu. It's just what I eat. But once again, prepping for the trail, got to get that protein. Um, it's been absolutely wild getting ready for this because I'm also writing Starfall. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm also speaking of which, Cat, how's Farthest Star coming? Is it done yet?
No,
Why?
it's coming. Oh, because I suck.
No, it's not.
No, just because.
It's not because you suck. It's because I suck so bad. It requires two people and a Jamaican grammar team to get me to work out right.
Oh, well, it does. It's always a little slow going, but the last few months have just been rough. Was out of town and or traveling in one way or another pretty much from mid October through until the start of this month, and then immediately got home and started physical therapy. So that's 2 days a week that I'm just dead tired. One of which was today, and been just kind of rough lately. But I'm working on it. We'll get there.
Hey, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. And it's like, and family makes a difference. We all support each other at Studio Prey, and beyond Studio Prey, I've got such a great group of folks that surround me. And the other day, it's like right now, I barely got the notifications out in time for the live stream because I'm filing for passports and running 14 miles a day at the gym and eating on a schedule and purchasing gear and planning to be away from home for 6 months and writing a novel and writing a trail memoir and all of
Hmm.
that. And family is one of those things that's getting me through the chaos right now. In fact, I'll never forget the inspiring words of my father when I told him that I was going to hike the Pacific Crest Trail. It moved me in a way that I've seldom been moved before in my life, and I'll never forget his words. He said to me, he's like, "You're flipping crazy. What about bears?"
I knew it was coming. I was waiting for that punchline.
and I said, "Well, bears, I should be fine." And he's like, "That's comforting." And I was like, "No, it's like black bears are mostly what you're going to see out there on the trail, and they don't eat much. They will largely run and leave you alone unless there's a problem, unless they're like rabid, feral, aggressive, overly aggressive. It's very rare." He's like, "Well, what if all of those things happen?" And I was like, "That's what I have an SOS button for." And he's like, "That's not helping." Um, and then I sent him pictures of the PCT catwalk, spelled with a K, like our lovely cat over there. And if you're curious about what that looks like, give it a Google image. It's absolutely amazing. It's just north of Snoqualmie path down near the end. Yeah, Dad is worried about the real issues. He's worried about, uh, you know, rattlesnakes, bears, coyotes, both two and four-legged coyotes because of my proximity to the Mexican border. Um, and all kinds of things. But every week he calls me and says, "I just keep getting more and more nervous." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but I'll check in with you daily." He's like, "You better."
Well, you probably won't die. It'll be fine.
Probably won't die. Probably won't die. Might end up injured, maimed for life. Something like.
It could happen.
Let me see here. There we go. Sorry about that.
But your odds of dying walking the PCT are probably actually lower than your odds of dying on the New York subway. So
I've been to the New York subway. I believe it. I mean, people worry about me being on the PCT, but people weren't worried when I was doing unsanctioned street ministry with a former gangbanger that was also studying to be a pastor in the Albuquerque ghettos at 2 o'clock in the morning amidst the sound of gunfire walking over broken crack pipes. But that's mainly because I didn't tell anyone.
that makes a difference.
Yes, indeed. It's amazing what.
Wasn't really expecting that punchline, but I'm glad I got it.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing what information control can do to everyone else's worry levels except for your own.
Oh yeah. Well, see, my solution to that is I'm just not afraid of anything.
No, you aren't.
And I figure if I'm not afraid of it, I probably shouldn't tell anybody.
One question, one word, one question, just in one word. Busy.
No.
You're not afraid of busy.
Nope.
Are you being honest?
Yep.
Okay, because I'll be honest, I'm freaking terrified busy.
Yes, well, fortunately, he's in your head, not mine.
Yep. Dog of War is right. Most deaths on the PCT are from either falling off of something or having something fall onto you. They're mainly called widowmakers. They are dead branches of trees, so like you learn to look up at night while you're pinching your tent because, bad breeze, crash, crash, hi, hello, angels, So, yeah. Allie knows where it's at. Busy is freaking terrifying. Yes, indeed. Are you watching the chat too, or?
I am.
I've got it coming up over here on my 10-second delay.
Nope, definitely not lying about busy. But maybe that's just lack of self-preservation instincts.
It's a world of joy, it's a world of fun. It's a world that is made for everyone. There's so much that we share, and it's time you're aware. It's a joyful world, you know.
Well, once everybody has read Whispers, they'll understand.
Yes, yes, indeed. Stupid snack.
Yeah. Yeah, Naga gets it. That's just how dragons are.
Yeah, yes, indeed. It's just, yeah, all of the pride,
You know.
very little self-preservation at the end of the day, because there's always that persistent belief. Of course, I can eat that, dude. It's like it's the size of a small planet. Okay, so it'll take me a couple days. Yeah, just
Yeah. Well, smack him into a few walls.
thwap. Parthenia knows how to dribble with her tail. I'll put it that way.
See, you can drop the hand. It's a little more subtle.
A little more subtle. Well, Parthenia was absolutely based off of you. It's literally in the front of the book.
Yep.
But it's like, if I wanted a cocky, undefeatable badass to base a character off of that just happens to be a dragon, where else am I going to go?
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Exactly, because it's not like I'm paying you much. I've got to slip the compensation in some way, you know?
Oh, just dedicate a book to me. Write me into an entire series.
I think Allie's having a good time. She's saying that this is beautiful, and I agree. Train wrecks can be beautiful, the same way that abstract art is beautiful. You know, the way the blood splatters on the tunnel wall.
Oh. All the pretty colors of the fire.
Yeah, yes, indeed. The twisted shards of metal evoking a cubist ideology. It's just. It's like, look at how that head is resting atop that old metal girder. That's very modern art. Yeah.
I'm still focused on the fire because pyromaniac.
Yes, indeed. Burn, baby, burn, syphilis inferno. But wait, what? This live stream has completely gone off a cliff, but luckily I've already clicked the button that says "not for children," but they haven't given me a button yet that says "not for adults." So I'm just waiting for that one. You know?
That'll come. View at your own risk.
Yeah.
I agree with Alex. Busy is beautiful. If you're into body horror.
Yes. Well, I mean, Busy is a near perfect manifestation of chaos. He's not even a demon. He's beyond that. Demons are too orderly. Busy is the wildfire cooking a koala. I mean, and we've come.
And we've come full circle.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And now that we've got someone from Australia here, I am embarrassed and ashamed. But it's not like that's ever stopped me before.
Isn't that just kind of how you live your life?
Embarrassed and ashamed? Well, yes.
That and the constant low-grade terror.
Yeah, low-grade terror. No, what's this low-grade shit? I only do the finest terror. You know. I'm serious. I'm on fine terror like Hollywood stars were on fine cocaine in the 80's, man. It's just constantly going up the nose. My anxiety disorder is so pure, Walter White is telling me to slow the hell down.
That one was good.
Yeah. No, Kathy, I'm actually proud of you. I'm really proud of you. It's like, look what I got. Yeah.
I mean, Kathy, anybody who survives you should be proud.
Yes, indeed. It's like every year Australia's like, do you want our highest medal? You're not in the military, but we'll give you a commission. I'm like, no, 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 thank you. I serve humbly.
Well, you've been in a relationship with her for this long, and you're still in possession of your soul, so you're probably ahead of the game there.
Yeah. But now that you've reminded her, I'm afraid. It's like, oh look, is that terror? Oh man, but
yes, pride is an excellent sin. I would have to say that my favorite is gluttony, but gluttony, greed, pride, really close. Of course, I like all of them. So
I don't know which one would be mine. It's like really hard. Kathy says that I'm kind of the opposite. That I'm virtuous to a fault, which is just like, that's prideful. It's like, no. But
is terror a sin?
I don't know if it's a sin, but what it's done to my underwear is a sin. I can be I can be honest there. But yeah. Wow, we're just getting all that honesty out there, that radical honesty. Oh, pride is my sin, Kathy says.
Pride is your sin, terror is a hobby. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. I guess that's something to be proud of.
I think terror is more like a career path at this point.
No, it's a way of life. If terror was a religion, I'd be its pope. All right.
Oh.
But oh my goodness, it's just, man, this live stream has been a beautiful train wreck.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But the audience is entertained, which I think is our top goal. Like, if there's anybody out there who hasn't read the books,
yeah,
this is why you should.
And when the lynch,
it's also probably an argument for why you shouldn't.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, when the lynch mob finally does gather to end the horror, that's free advertising. Nega, it was great to have you here. It's a real honor to have a longtime fan in the chat. Know that we are grateful for you, and we hope you'll join us for the next one.
And you can watch the rest of this one. It'll be saved on YouTube when you get back.
As long as Congress doesn't pass an act limiting my free speech for the good of the country. And now the jokes are just falling flat.
No, that one was pretty good. I mean, your only frame of reference in terms of live feedback is whether or not I laugh, and that one was just true.
True enough. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And well, Nega, I appreciate that. You are one of my longest term supporters and fans, and I can't tell you how happy I am to have you as a reader. Because I mean, Rather have you as a reader than a detractor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And it's always great to hear from you.
Now that's love, Kathy. That's love. Well,
Yeah, Kathy says that she has not actually read them and is waiting for the audiobooks, which will be coming someday,
Mhm.
theoretically.
Yep, and well, I mean, readings with Rebecca every Saturday at noon for our patrons, $2 a month, and I've been told people have really been enjoying them. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't, but people tell me that that they like them. That's, I think, a good sign. So,
Yeah, I haven't actually been to any of those myself. Saturdays are always busy. Eventually, I'll probably show up at one.
hey, tomorrow is another chance. We've got one coming up, and we're in. If you sign up today, you're kind of in a good place because there's only been 3 episodes. It's like 3 hours. You could knock that out.
Yeah,
You know,
not hard to catch up.
taking a shower on your way to confession because you read Whispers Beyond the Veil and now you feel like you need a priest. I mean, and hey, that's also an interesting idea. Audiobook Maker is a text to speech program Dog of War uses to download the information into his brain.
I mean, what he actually said was text to Screech program.
Text to Screech! He must be talking about the Nightmare God series.
Which is very appropriate for the Nightmare Gods, and also for all of the Batmorphs in the audience.
Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So anyway,
And somebody's boyfriend who has not yet been published.
oh my goodness, Matthew Pettery is here. He is Matt is the proprietor for Odin's Beard Woodworking.
Hi, Matt.
He is an incredible wood carver. And actually, let me grab this. He made this for me to carry with me on the Pacific Crest Trail. It is Mjolnir with the beads. The rune up front is the gauze. There is nobody better for religious and devotional items than Matthew Petrie, especially if you are for among like the heathen and the Norse faith and all of that. He is just he is a very gifted wood carver that is trying to feed his family with his art and to keep his gods and goddesses alive and those traditions alive. So I am
Lots of beautiful work.
absolutely. I have a pocket altar from him of My Lady Aostre, and I will actually be carrying that with me all the way to Canada because devotionals are a part of my life and part of my faith routine. And I also have the necklace that he made for me. And seriously, if you are looking for something that's going to be meaningful, that's actually going to go to help a small time creator that is just trying to feed his family, he's got two beautiful twins. Check out Odin's Beard Woodworking on Facebook. Matt, if you can hear me and if you can post the link, uh, I'll get a link out there to your shop. If not, I'll put it out in the description after this video is over. I am so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you visited. And I get to talk you up a little bit because it's really interesting. For the hike, you gotta have your tent, you gotta have your sleeping bag, you gotta have your food. According to my father and my husband, I have to have life insurance. But the one thing that a lot of people might not think about is, religious items. Faith is such an intricate part of many of our lives. I know that
Mhm.
you're a Hellenist. I'm a
Mhm.
Saxon heathen. All of that, and so, you know, what am I going to do when I need, my focus? When I do my
Mhm.
morning prayers, when I make my morning offerings, I always share a little bit of my breakfast, normally some apple or banana. Uh,
I have this antique iron skeleton key that I wear certainly anytime I'm going to be out doing something like that. Uh, don't always wear it just casually around, but it's on my bedside table always.
hmm exactly. I've seen it and it's beautiful. But there's the keys behind you hanging from your wall.
Yep. Those were actually my grandmother's, I think.
Yeah, so connection to ancestors, which is really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with my faith, because it's like the gods and the ancestors. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
instead of asking, are you proud of your ancestors? Ask yourself, would they be proud of you?
There's altars on my bookcase.
hmm Mine is actually right beside my desk. Studio
Mm-hmm.
Pray is pagan proud. Uh, we are welcoming to any and all faiths, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a YouTube thing, Matt. Do me a favor, real quick. Send it to me. I will post the link from the Facebook. But Studio Pray is welcoming and tolerant of any and all faiths. However, we
Mm-hmm.
ourselves are about as pagan as they come. Uh,
Oh yeah,
we've
we got two heathens and a Hellenic pagan here.
yeah, two heathens and a Hellenist. That sounds like another podcast right there. And our tagline could be "It's all Greek to me," except it wouldn't be. Yeah, it's gotta.
There's this T-shirt that I really want that says "It's all Greek to me" in Greek.
That's actually pretty rad. And and like that's honestly the thing. I studied Koine Greek when I
Mm-hmm.
was in college for
Mm-hmm.
the ministry, and so
Yeah, my Greek is awful, but I'm trying to brush up. Uh, I know some archaic terms that probably people in Greece don't always know, but practice makes perfect.
yes, indeed.
And in theory, a couple times a week, I'm taking lessons on that. When I actually do that, but I haven't this month because it's been a month.
Oh my goodness.
The last week has been a really long year.
But we made it. Yeah. Uh,
But we're here,
I think I keep hearing "It's a
and
Joyful World," in the back of my head. Um.
yeah, well, Busy's gonna come get you.
Well, thank you, Matt. Honestly, you're just doing a quick shout out and support is the least I can do for someone that's done so much to me, for me, to me. Oh boy, you've done so much for me and given me so many things to cherish that help me honor and focus on my gods in the way that they deserve. It's you really are a miracle and a wonderful craftsman. Awesome stuff. So, speaking of the Pacific Crest Trail, the other thing that has been
Mhm.
keeping me so busy lately, um, uh, back in December on a lark, there's this through hiking blog. It's pretty big in the through hiking community called the Trek.
Mhm.
Um, it's pretty much like a It's like the community blog for thru hikers. That's, Appalachian Trail, Pacific Crest Trail, Continental Divide Trail, and just about any other long distance trail in between. Their YouTube has like 20,000 subscribers. They have a very high readership, and they were like, "We are looking for bloggers." And apparently the blogger, you kind of come on and you just write, and if you write consistently and your writing's good, you might be able to move into a staff writing position where they actually pay you, which, is awesome. And I'm like, might as well try.
Oh, yeah.
I'll throw in my application and I might as well try. Not
And they liked you.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, I gave it my best. I recorded a vlog. I wrote about a page for them like they asked. Told them a funny story because they asked me for one. All I had to do for that was send a picture. And the thing is, they got back to me about a week later and they said, "Welcome to the trek. We want you to be one of our bloggers." And so I am writing for what is pretty much the world's largest through hiking blog.
I was not surprised. You were surprised.
Of course I was surprised. I mean, it's, it's an amazing honor.
Everybody around you except for you knows that you're awesome.
Well, that's good because, as we've established, pride is a sin.
One I am very happy to encourage.
Yeah, and I've got 3 articles posted right now. That's the trek.co/author/Becca-Mickley. I'll type that out for you guys because that's probably a little esoteric, but I've got 3 articles out. I've been trying to post about once a week, but this week I might not have anything. I haven't been able to write something yet. I want to make sure that it's about quality, not quantity. There's no like minimum requirement on me at the moment. But the other thing is that I'm preparing to be a vlogger, a video blogger with them as well. So I'm about to make a gear list video and a gear list post. Cadmium T, our cover artist, has helped me make a beautiful animated title card that I cannot wait to share with you all. In fact, I am planning on unveiling the opening for my web series, Snow on the Trail, at our next live stream in February, which will probably be the last one before I head out on the trail. But the thing is that I will be writing articles about my journeys and experiences on the Pacific Crest Trail. You'll be able to follow me along on the trek at that link that I gave you. And you will also probably see my videos if the trek decides ultimately that they want to post them. It's their channel. Ultimately, it's up to them. But I think that I can make something that they'll like and that they'll want to put out.
Speaking of which, just so that everybody is clear on expectations, we will not have any way to continue these live streams while you're on the trail, I don't think.
Well, we were going to, I was actually thinking about giving you control of the YouTube channel. God help me. And, or gods rather help me, because it's going to take an army. And
may the gods have mercy on your soul, because they won't on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, but you and Maya could easily continue on if you so choose. You could point to my vlogs and all of that. And the thing is
I can do that.
I am planning on taking about a day off, like what's called a 0 day, about once a month in a town where I will presumably have signal. Now, we all saw back in August when I was live streaming from Lubbock, Texas, how well that worked out.
Oh
But
yeah.
there is the possibility that I would be able to join you guys, at least audio only, give you a quick update, point you at my vlogs,
Hmm.
beg for money, and then run like hell.
That sounds good.
And
And we may do some decidedly more pagan things, because I have so much less to talk about than you do in terms of the writing, because the editing part is kind of boring. Well, not for me, because I enjoy the story, but talking about editing is boring.
mhm.
I don't know if I can make that as much fun without you. Now, talking about divination and blood magic, that I can make a half-hour video.
Oh, I mean, like, I don't understand, Kat. I mean, you talk about divination, blood magic, and sacrifice, and I'm like, that sounds like my first novel.
That's the plot of the second one that you finished, and also the process by which it got edited.
Mhm. Oh yeah, indeed. It's just one of my favorite movies is Dogma. Uh,
Oh yeah,
and all of that,
I love
and you got Serendipity, the muse, and she's like, I was responsible for 9 out of the 10 highest grossing movies of all time. And just 9 out of 10, Home Alone. Someone had to sell their soul to elevate that piece of shit. I'm just like, somebody's got an opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good
Oh,
line.
absolutely. It's just, that's what makes Dogma great. The writing was just freaking perfect.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, there's lots of ways to be successful as a content creator, and you picked a solid one. Sell your soul to a dragon.
I never sold shit to a dragon.
Read the fine print.
We have no contract, alright? We have no contract. And there's a certain dryad in Australia that will sue you for prior claims, alright?
Verbal contracts count.
Oh, behave. There's been no verbal contract either, you manipulative fey beast.
Are you sure?
I am positive because I am not stupid. Behave or Parthenia isn't making it through the next book. That's right. That's what I thought.
I love you.
Had to pull out the power stick. Remind him who's in charge.
You got it, boss.
Oh man, it's just... It's like that scene in Jurassic Park with the hunter, and he's got the shot lined up, and here comes the velociraptor from the right flank. He's like, well, shit, I'm done dead. Just...
I don't know. You hold your own pretty good.
Yes, indeed.
You work with a bunch of dragons and in a relationship with a particularly obstinate dryad, and you're still here. So
Yeah, I just...
we haven't eaten you yet.
I like to live dangerously. Yea, though I hop through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for I am the meanest motherfucker in the whole valley.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, I am. No.
Whatever you say, boss.
Let me tell you something. It takes someone who knows how to handle fear to handle busy up here. All right, I'll just be honest. You know, it's like you are a terrifying creature, but busy scares me more, and that's saying something.
That says something right there.
Yeah. Oh man, oh man. But seriously, guys, we're getting towards an hour here, and we've already got some people dropping out, and I don't want
Yeah.
I don't want to take up everybody's day, but all 7 of you that are here, everyone that's watching, I want you to know with all earnestness that everything that you do, every bit of support, every minute that you spend reading the content, laughing at my dumbass jokes, pause definitely intended, all of that, it all matters. It matters to me a lot. I'm very grateful. And I hope that you'll keep coming back to revel in the insanity with all of us.
Well, yeah, we appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next month.
Yeah, is there anything else that we should talk about before we go? Is there anything that you guys in the audience want to hear before we get off today?
Oh, yes, questions. Those are a thing.
Yes, questions are a thing. This is not China.
And well, we got to give them a minute or two to catch up and hear that they are being solicited for questions.
And whatever are we going to do? It's not like we haven't been basically BSing for a whole 58 minutes.
Yeah, and Wags says you're going George R.R. Martin threatening to kill off characters, and no, I strongly disagree, because you will never come up with an ending that is his bullshit as George Martin did.
Yeah, like J.J. Abrams on PCP, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You want to talk about somebody selling their soul to elevate their work? J.J. Abrams sold his own soul and then went and found every other creative enterprise's soul he could look for to sell as well.
Yeah.
But that's just me. And I just realized...
I was not involved in that one.
Yes. And I just realized that I screwed up. If you look really closely at our live stream, it says Studio Prey live stream, January 31st, 2020 at the top. And at the bottom it says Studio Prey live stream, December 31st, 2019. Let's do the time warp again. I'm an idiot. And this is why you don't rush people, and this is why you hire 2 dragons to edit and a Jamaican edit team. Because even with all of that support, even with all of that help, even with the unparalleled wisdom that I have access to, including the IT programmer that is lurking in the chat that just said something, you know who you are, I still found a way to screw it up. And you see, that is my superpower. If I have any pride, it is in the fact that if there is a way to screw it up, I will find that way. That is why they call me Wrong Way. Because there are people that...
Murphy's Law incarnate.
Yes, indeed. There are people that screw things up, and then I'm like, I shall elevate it to an art form. I am...
And we do have one question. Who the hell keeps giving Abrams the keys to classic intellectual properties?
Probably someone like Busy.
Well, several of them belong to Disney now, so yes.
We have an answer, ladies and gentlemen.
Busy. We're going to blame Busy for everything that Abrams has fucked up.
Yes, indeed. Certainly feels like the end of the world if you're a science fiction fan, doesn't it?
Oh, so slated for your next release in that franchise, right? More parodies to come.
Yeah.
You know, just enough differences that Disney can't sue us, probably.
Probably. It's funny. My husband insisted we go to Walt Disney World before Nightmare God's release because he was certain that we were going to get banned for the park for life. And I was really hoping it was going to happen because that would be like the most epic free advertising ever. Read
Right.
the book that Disney banned me for. Because all they have to do is look at J.J. Abrams and know they're already in league with something demonic. So what could be worse than that? Ghost of the Nightmare Gods. Because not only does it feature something worse than a demon born out of the blackest pits of hell and nightmare, but it does the one thing that Abrams cannot seem to accomplish, and that is write something coherent, decent, and good without lens flare. But hell, even with lens flare, all it's doing is distracting you from the fact that he just sold you a movie ticket that's effectively toilet paper. But
yeah, we don't have strong opinions about J.J. Abrams at all.
No. Old Captain Curly's getting on my last nerve. That's exactly what I said last live stream. And let me tell you, he is tap dancing on it like the angels tap dancing on the edge of the pen from the Renaissance. You know, it's like, yeah. It is a weighty proposition what he has done to my soul.
And that silence is the indicator that we should probably call it.
Yes, indeed. Before the anti-defamation lawyers from Disney land on me from space.
Well, again, you know, if they find you, that means that we've accomplished something.
Yes, indeed. All of the Disney lawyers will hate you, and when they find you, they will injunction you. Be swift and cunning and write well, and your people will never be destroyed. Because I just have to rip off a better Arthur than me before I leave today.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Well, you know, we start with insulting some worst authors who are more popular, and then we end with quoting some classics.
Heck yeah. Watership Down. Not exactly happy how they depict women in that book, but my God, is it a good book. Definitely something worth reading.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'll be honest with you. You think my work will rip the heart out of you?
Yeah, that one's worse.
Oh man. You know, it's like, oh, that book should come with a bottle of Prozac, I swear. Yeah.
And on that
note, finally, it's like the Muppets show where like the hook keeps coming out and Gonzo keeps ducking it.
I remember that.
Yeah. It's like, which is another Disney IP we are now infringing upon. I mean, like, it's almost appropriate that they own Star Wars because every time I visit their park, I do hear the music from The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. Well, you know, they are aspiring to the evil empire, complete with the parades.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Disney now has military parades.
They've always had military parades, actually. Every day they do a flag ceremony at sunset, just like the Boy Scouts in the military.
Yeah, but now they have evil empire.
Yes, they do, actually. You can dance with Darth Vader.
What do you mean by aspiring? Well, they don't own everything yet.
Nope, there is still a proud resistance and independent media that you can support for $2 a month by going to the Studio Prey Patreon. Shameless plug. Gotta end with advertising. Capitalism wins.
Oh, that was a perfect segue.
That was a perfect segue. And with
You're
that,
welcome.
guys, once again, thank you for joining us. Check me out on the trek. Check out Matthew Petrie at Odin's Beard Woodworking for all your heathen ritual needs. And also he's available for commissions. You know, just
Very talented
putting
artist.
that out there.
And we will see y'all next month.
Yep. Onward towards the farthest star, and we are